Imagine an icy Siberian cave, dark and silent, untouched for thousands of years. Inside, archaeologists sift through the dirt, searching for remnants of the past. Then, they find it, a tiny fragment of a finger bone, no bigger than a pebble. It seems unremarkable at first, just another ancient human relic. But when scientists analyze its DNA, they make a shocking discovery. This bone does not belong to Homo sapiens, nor Neanderthals. It belongs to an entirely new species of human, one we never even knew existed. This is the story of the Denisovans, a mysterious group of ancient humans who lived alongside our ancestors, interbred with them, and left a genetic legacy that still exists in millions of people today. Yet despite their lasting impact on our DNA, we know almost nothing about them. Who were they? How did they live? And why did they vanish? The deeper we dig into their story, the more we realize that the history of humanity is far stranger than we ever imagined. In 2008, deep inside the Denisova cave in the Altai Mountains of Siberia, Russian archaeologists uncovered a small fossil, a single fragment of a young girl's pinky finger. At first, it seemed like just another Neanderthal bone, but when geneticists sequenced its DNA, they uncovered something incredible. This was not a Neanderthal. It was something entirely different. The new species was named Denisovans, after the cave where the bone was found. But here's the astonishing part. Despite finding only a handful of fossils, a few teeth, a skull fragment, and part of a jawbone, their DNA revealed that Denisovans were not just another extinct human species. They were our relatives, and they had spread across vast regions of Asia, leaving their genetic fingerprints in the DNA of modern people. But here's the mystery. How did a species that we barely have any fossils leave such a deep impact on human history? And how did they compare to their close cousins, the Neanderthals and Homo sapiens? What little evidence we have suggests that Denisovans were physically distinct from both humans and Neanderthals. A massive Denisovan molar found in the cave was nearly twice the size of a modern human tooth, so large that scientists initially thought it belonged to an ancient animal. A jawbone discovered on the Tibetan plateau suggests that Denisovans had strong, thick skulls and large, powerful jaws, possibly making them more robust than both Neanderthals and early humans. But their most fascinating trait? Some scientists believe Denisovans were giants. According to genetic reconstructions, they may have been taller and more heavily built than both Neanderthals and humans, a theory supported by the sheer size of their fossilized teeth and bones. Could this mean that legends of ancient giants, found in myths across different cultures, have roots in real encounters between early humans and Denisovans? Yet, despite their possible size and strength, Denisovans did something truly remarkable. They adapted to extreme environments, including high-altitude regions that modern humans would struggle to survive in. But how? Perhaps the most astonishing discovery about Denisovans is what they left behind in our DNA. One of their most famous genetic contributions is the EPAS1 gene, which allows people to survive at high altitudes with lower oxygen levels. Today, this gene is found in modern Tibetans and Sherpas, enabling them to thrive in the thin air of the Himalayas. In fact, without this Denisovan inheritance, many people wouldn't be able to survive at such extreme heights. But that's not all. Denisovan DNA has also been linked to immune system adaptations, giving modern populations in Asia and Oceania better resistance to certain diseases. Some genetic traces even suggest that Denisovans might have been naturally resistant to cold climates, possibly explaining how they managed to survive in Siberia and the Tibetan plateau, while other species struggled. So the big question is, if they were so well adapted, Why did they disappear? Denisovans weren't alone in their prehistoric world. They coexisted with both Neanderthals and early Homo sapiens, and genetic evidence proves that they interbred with both. This means that at some point in history, all three species, modern humans, Neanderthals, and Denisovans, were living, interacting, and possibly competing with one another. We now know that Neanderthals and Denisovans were closely related, splitting from a common ancestor around 400,000 to 500,000 years ago. But while Neanderthals dominated Europe and parts of the Middle East, Denisovans spread across Asia, reaching as far as Indonesia and possibly even Australia. Modern Melanesians and Australian Aboriginals have the highest percentage of Denisovan DNA, with some populations carrying up to 6% of their genes. This raises a fascinating possibility. Did our ancestors and Denisovans coexist peacefully? Did they exchange knowledge, technology, or even culture? Or was there conflict, with Denisovans gradually pushed into extinction by the arrival of more advanced human groups?
Breaking news.
Despite their incredible adaptability and wide range, Denisovans eventually vanished, leaving behind only scattered traces in our DNA. But why? Several theories exist. Around 40,000 years ago, the Ice Age caused massive environmental shifts, possibly making Denisovan habitats uninhabitable. As modern humans spread across the world, they may have outcompeted Denisovans for food and resources. Instead of a dramatic extinction event, Denisovans may have slowly merged into Homo sapiens populations, disappearing as a distinct species but surviving within our genes. Whatever the cause, their disappearance marks one of the greatest mysteries in human evolution. Could undiscovered Denisovan fossils be waiting to be found? Could new DNA evidence reveal more about their culture, language, or technology? The truth may still be hidden in the depths of the earth. Every discovery about the Denisovans raises more questions than answers. If this lost branch of humanity was capable of thriving in extreme environments, interbreeding with multiple human species, and possibly even developing unique cultural practices, then what else have we overlooked? What if Denisovans weren't the only forgotten species? What if other unknown human groups once roamed the Earth, leaving traces in our DNA that we have yet to uncover? The deeper we look, the more we realize that our understanding of human evolution is far from complete. And before you go, did you know that only 1% of the people who watch our videos are subscribed? That means 99% of you are exploring these mysteries with us, but without hitting that button. If you enjoy unraveling the hidden chapters of our past, consider subscribing. It's free. It helps us a lot. And who knows? The next big discovery might just change everything we thought we knew about history.